Here's a video about studying for nursing school. Um, it's a really difficult topic because it depends on the individual involved, but, some people are auditory, some people are visual, some people are tactile. I believe it's more of a blend, with probably visual being the dominant because we're visual creatures. That's, I think, our dominant sense. We interpret the world that way. Sound or, tactile and all the other ones, coming in. But I think a combination of visual with, for me, it's tactile. And I think that might be a good, probably the best combination for you. I don't believe in relying on one or the other. It's a combination. And what I did was I committed to visual first and then tactile, writing it, committing it to muscle memory, as you say. And this goes for like A&P, micro, short of the humanity classes. Then you had to really get cerebral, right? But for the science ones, I always relied on tactile and visual. So for anatomy, I would actually make a sketch, whether it was a sketch of the human body, a skeleton, or a circulatory system. Quick sketch. I'm talking stick figures, all right? I'm talking stick figures. You don't have to be a Picasso. If you want to be a Picasso, that's great. Although I did buy those coloring books, and I would study that way and color in the pictures, and it was, old man activity games, but also tactile and visual learning at the same time, and auditory if I read it or whatever, read it out loud. But that I found was the best combination because I could then recall it from memory easier. It's not just trying to recall the words, because that would come up as a picture of words for me, So, you look for, the Vena Cava, you're looking, I'm picturing in my mind an ancient textbook or a sketch that I did of the Vena Cava. So I suggest that because a lot of people, it's like, how do you study? It's really difficult. It's so much information, and it is a lot of information. And believe it or not, you will retain a lot of it. It just becomes in the background. It's like being able to recall songs just from a few notes. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's from the Eagles, from whatever. You're able to recall that because you've committed it to long-term memory. So you're looking to kind of absorb it now and then kind of shift it into the long-term memory section. And I find that tactile combined with visual combined with tactile is the best method. Sometimes when people are even studying pharmacology, that's another difficult topic. You want to base it by class, and then, then subgroup it by the names, and they try to classify it somewhat, but there's always that outlier. There's little ones that are like, oh my God, why is that? And I don't know why I'm thinking timolol, but the timolol is for the eyes, but it functions as the same fashion. It's for glaucoma, but beta blocker, it's for the eyes though. I don't know why that came up to my mind. I was just thinking of an example, and that was kind of an example. But I find writing out one at a time, and it sounds like a mountain to climb, and it is. But that's how you climb a mountain, one step at a time, and eventually get to the top. It's some people look at the whole, and they're defeated by that, thinking it's just too much. And it is too much if you try to swallow it all in one shot. Break it down into little steps. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. I always said to myself through really difficult times, I said, millions of people did this before me. I think I'm at least average. So half of them were smarter than me, half of them were dumber than me, however you want to do it, but they got through it. I will too. You will too. It's kind of, I'm sorry, but that is what motivated me, because I'm like, oh, I can't do this. And then I'm like, half the people are dumber than me. Half the people are smarter than me. I could do it. I'm right in the middle. It's not impossible. task set before me is not impossible. It seems that way. It seems daunting. It seems like you're literally climbing Mount Everest, but you're climbing a medium-sized peak and you're doing it one step at a time. Do not try to jump, leap, fly. You're gonna fall. All right? Hope this helps. It's just a little motivational thing. It just came to me thinking about a time in nursing school. I've seen nursing students and what inevitably is like, what worked for you studying wise. And that's a question you can ask over and over. It kind of was motivated by a commenter. I think it was Callie. I think she or he was inquiring about the ADN and asked around. And I said, yes, ask the nurses that are there already, that already made the journey. In person, she asked around, said, yeah, most of them recommended the ADNs. Obviously, I think they were mostly ADNs, but you asked people that had done the journey and what was the difficult parts, what succeeded for them. And it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for me. This is just my suggestion. But I think it's very helpful in the sense that you don't take it as a whole. Take it in piecemeal. It's not a race. It is not a race. It's a journey. All right. You're not racing to the finish line. You're racing, to an award. No, you're taking a journey, and the journey is part of the process. It's like you're taking a trip. You're taking a trip to Disney World. Yeah, it's a destination, but it's the journey there. It's the flight there. It's the screaming kids, and it's the craziness. It's TSA and all that crap. So good luck. If you have any questions, any comments, shoot them out. Okay, good luck.